get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Start my day. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some water, brush my teeth, get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess. Look through my clothes for a fit. Anything I do is drip. Feel like a kid when I'm tick-tocking, I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often, I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids, talking, I'm guessing this life how it is. And I can't wait for the weekend, keep jammies on like I'm a kid. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up, wash my face. Throw my clothes on, start my day. Wake up, I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go, see the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Feel good, feel great, can't complain. Look out my window, see birds and planes. Sun's out, some clouds.
What's good, folks? What's good? Welcome to the lab. Shouts out
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. Huh?
A new look. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a new look, man. We doing what we do, right? Every time we leveling up each and every week, and that's just what we do, keeping ourselves right. So, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good. We're talking tech today.
Talking tech. Hopefully, folks enjoyed today's show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the Labs family. We're going to go ahead and get right into it, to be honest with you. We got a couple of segments that we're going to be branching off, starting with this week. So we're going to go ahead and start off right now and talk about the week in tech. And this particular week, we've got a story that we want to talk about. Tall boy, you were out there in the streets of Atlanta covering a race, actually able to get outside with people. So talk to us a little bit about what you were doing out there and some of the technology that you were taking advantage of.
Okay, so real brief. The 52nd annual Peachtree Road Race was this past weekend, and they split it up over 2 days because of COVID safety protocols and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know what, let me get out, let me use my Live View Solo. For the ones who do not know, this is where you can take your professional camera. Let's see if I get it right here. Yeah, take your professional camera, and you can literally, I don't have the battery plugged in right here, but you take that and you can actually go live in the streets with it, with the device called the Live View Solo. So to make all that work, this device here runs about $1,000. I think they have a $1,400 version as well, but you have this here, and you literally plug this through the HDMI to your camera, to this device, link it up through two separate internets, shall we say. So T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T. And basically, this is what gives you your live reliable transport, which is called LRT. And now you can now go live. And when you talk about portable power, you get a dummy battery. and you buy one of these power packs, which is
Okay.
about about 8 hours that you get off of this. So you got 4 USB ports, you got 2 DC ports. So basically all of this runs on this Live View Solo to the camera, internet, and now I'm in the middle of the street. I can do your funerals, I can do your weddings, I can do your sporting events, baseball, basketball, football, you name it. You can be anywhere in the world
Wow.
with this device, and you can go live straight from your professional camera. So it's called the Live View Solo. Got a chance to get out, and as you can see, that's the Peachtree Road Race. I said, why not? You know, this is a perfect opportunity to utilize it, take advantage of it, and make it work.
I love it, man. I'm watching it, and I haven't seen any latency, right, in the images from what I'm watching. I know you posted a couple of videos out there on your personal Facebook page, and that looks great, right? Again, that's been the promise of what we've been trying to do: get back out in the streets and actually do some live recording, multi-streaming at high quality. So this is coming out at what, 1080, or are you going at 720?
That was Facebook was 720.
Okay.
But I think YouTube can go to 1080.
Okay. Awesome. My week in tech, I just kept buying more gear, so we're not even going to show that, because if I showed the camera down, you would just see a whole bunch of Amazon boxes, but we're not going to get into that. But what we will get into, because I know folks are asking about this, and we talk about it every single week, and I literally stopped the show to do this, so it's going to be an official segment to the show now. Shouts out to the stash party, y'all. All right, your boy is going to go ahead and get this Hershey stock. There's my link at the bottom there too. Go ahead and let me see here. So I'm all stocked up. That's all it takes, folks. I talk about this every single week, and some of the viewers as well were part of the stash community, so we were able to buy incremental bits of Fortune 500 companies from the stock perspective. I just acquired some of the stock for this week's company, Hershey. Use my link down there below, and you can also start your investment journey taking advantage of Stash. Sounded just like a TV commercial almost there, didn't it? No.
Yeah. So what's the percentage? So what's the percentage that you get out of it?
So it depends on how many people actually take advantage of the party. And it kind of calculates that at the end of it. So it's an increment between a quarter, a half of a stock, or maybe even a full stock. But again, depending on, there's so many people that are involved in it at a particular time for that 1 hour, that at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, they'll calculate how many people participated, and then they'll divvy up the stocks after that.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay.
You all right?
Well, that's what's up. I mean, so it's not like you're getting like 5 shares of it. It's
No.
just like a 0.5.
Exactly.
So when you cash out, I mean, is there like some real money that's attached with this?
Well, the idea is, to be honest with you, is to build your portfolio off of some of these increments that you're buying. So I have now a bit of Hershey stock by the end of the night. I can add that to my portfolio and maybe add that to a regular recurring investment, or I can put in a lump sum and actually start investing in that company as well. But this is just a Kickstarter to get involved with that company. So just another line on the balance sheet, right, of saying now I own a piece of Hershey tonight.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's what's up. Congratulations. Stash. Hershey's chocolate.
Yeah, man. Look, they already get my money, so I might as well get some investments in it. Let's go ahead and move on, bro.
Let's get it. Let's go.
So, number of topics that we want to go into. We are going to focus on some that, again, always are relevant to the consumer, and we're going to give you some non-biased results, non-biased views in terms of what we're looking at. So let's go and get started. First one we got here, the president is going to go ahead and make some changes in terms of how we get our mobile devices repaired. So a right to repair initiative is in place, allowing folks to have a little more say in terms of how their mobile phones, mostly their phones, are being repaired. So instead of taking them now to the certified or the repair centers and being charged an arm and a leg, quite frankly, there should be some more structure around that, some more flexibility for the end user in terms of where they can actually take their phones to and their devices to. So right now, President Biden, as it says there, is preparing an executive order that would have the FTC create a right to repair rule. it would let you fix your phone or PC yourself or at an independent repair shop, as opposed to saying, I have to take my iPhone to the Apple store. Why not take it to someone who is also an authorized repair shop? Or a lot of us are techies ourselves, so we have the tools. We know how to take out a hard drive. We know how to do those repairs. This is happening all over the place in terms of news right now. And this is probably going to come down before the end of this week in terms of at least some type of action from Congress to the FTC saying, let's go ahead and get this Right to Repair Act put in place. Tallboy, talk to us about your thoughts on this.
I think it's cool, but I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, I honestly recommend that you do not go out there and try and fix your own phone. I mean, yes, I'm a techie, and yes, I may know certain things, but there's some chips in there that you don't want to mess with. But if you know somebody that does this, which I do have a few friends that know how to repair iPhones, and they're very good at it. But once you crack that seal, you're pretty much, you void out your warranty. So for me, I think it's good for people that know what they're doing. And then now, instead of you having to go get through your provider or your carrier, you no longer, I mean, you can do it, through a third party, or you can just do it from the homeboy hookup that knows what they're doing, and then you go from there. So that's my thought on it.
Yeah. I mean, I look at what Hit the Spot 1006 just said, right? It eliminates the monopoly, right? It actually welcomes competition because there are authorized resellers and retailers and venues out there that can do this. Apple, I can just speak to the Apple world, right? Apple already has it locked down in terms of everything that you do with their products. By allowing other folks to become certified in repairs, that's a good thing. By allowing folks to grab maybe your Android device and say, let me pull out the battery, let me replace it with another one, let me clean the device, let me repair the screen, as opposed to having to go to a Samsung store. Do they still have Samsung stores?
There is no Samsung.
I was going to say, do they still have Samsung?
You go to Best Buy and talk to one of their representatives, but I've never known them to be that technical savvy to be able to, crack open your phone and, replace something. I've never known them say, I cracked my screen. Now, I know people that do not work for Apple that do repair iPhone screens, but they don't deal with Android screens. So once you crack a screen on Android, it's like you might as well just go ahead and warranty that thing out and send it, and get a new one. But with iPhone, there's iPhone repair shops, and people that meet you at the mall, and they'll fix it for $75 to $150 here in Atlanta, and they make lucrative money just basically, soliciting their services.
I know the folk, we had them on the show a few months ago, the team over at Snob OS podcast.
Yeah,
and,
Brother Tech.
And Brother Tech is actually a certified Apple repair location, him and of himself, right? So he actually will grab products and do the repairs himself. But again, I think right now, because it's such a monopoly and because it's so locked down and closed, people can charge those extravagant numbers for something that, from a materials perspective, it doesn't cost that much. What you're paying for is the labor. You're paying for the time and the labor as opposed to the materials in and of itself. So we'll see how this works out. But again, when you start getting the federal government involved, somebody's going to start either making some noise for or against.
Well, it's going to be some pushback. It's going to be some pushback.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody's going to like that. So, I mean, I don't think your carriers are going to say, hey, because the first thing that you do when you bring your phone into the carrier and say, hey, I want to upgrade, they're constantly looking for cracks, blemishes, scratches, anything to void out your phone. So, and say, nope, can't do it. So as long as you come with an immaculate phone, you're good to go. So I don't know, man. That's going to be an interesting situation, and let's see how it goes.
I hear you. Folks, you will also notice adding some increments to the show as well. So you probably saw I had a 10-minute timer up on the screen. The idea is to keep Tallboy and myself focused so we can deliver the message, and mainly for me, to make sure I don't go on a rant and take us off the rails somewhere. That particular story didn't go the whole 10 minutes, so I shut it off. But that's the reason for that. So, because I'll go on a rant. I will.
I'm gonna let you have that one, bro. You only go on rants when it's iPhone or cybersecurity. So
And we have no stories about that today. So I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be back here, pushing buttons. It's all good, though. Let's go ahead and get into the next one.
all right, I got you. Airbnb has blocked tens of thousands of partiers in COVID crackdown. Basically, it's a response to last year's pandemic. A lot of people were partying during the summer, and they said they wanted to have a good time. And Airbnb said, no, we're not going to allow you to do that. So basically, they blocked or redirected potentially risky reservation attempts from over 50,000 people across 15 U.S. cities as part of a crackdown on parties and its properties during the pandemic. That's Dallas, San Diego, Charlotte, St. Louis, Columbus, New Orleans, and a couple other cities, but those are like the main primary ones. Basically, it was saying that they've made what is it? It blocked many bookings in Phoenix, Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
Seattle, Denver, Portland, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque in the past year. And basically, they're just saying, we don't want this rise to come about. And from COVID, shall we say, and they're not going to start renting out individual houses or parties. Individual houses to where you have the whole vacation rental to yourself. So this does not apply if you're staying with somebody. It's more if you're renting out the whole place, the whole rental property by itself. Let me see. Following along with the story, it basically said if you're under the age of 25 and you don't have a history of positive reviews, they will not allow you to book an entire home listing local to where you live. However, the bookings which make less sense for party locations would still be allowed. Trying to rent in a distant city is okay. For example, as in renting a smaller location more locally. Airbnb is now using this particular system across the United States, Canada, UK, France, and Spain. The company believes that the ban has worked and said that major events like Halloween and New Year's Eve were quiet as a result. So I don't know. I mean, even though vaccines are continuing to roll out across the world, Airbnb is showing no signs of relaxing its rules. So
No.
basically, if you as an adult that's 35 and up, 40 and up, 50 and up, they're not really tripping on you. But this is really more for the younger people who are saying, I want to go to Vegas. I want to go to a festival or a concert, and we're going to just throw an after party right after that. So
Look, if I owned a house or property that was part of the Airbnb network, I'm down with this. And I can't have y'all coming up into my spot, tearing it up. And yeah, you may clean it up afterwards, but I can't have the possibility of you breaking up my stuff. And so I was just down in Southern California with my family at an Airbnb that we've rented before in the past. Beautiful house right there on the ocean, right? And there is just no way in the world, again, if I owned that piece of property and I had some folks coming in and they were throwing a pajama jammy jam that
but you can't worry about that though, right? I mean, you're renting out the property now. So as the renter, you can't be mad because you're getting the check and they're not damaging your property. I think this is really more for people who are throwing these parties and they're saying, hey, we still want to be mindful of COVID and we can't have these teens or these young adults that are not vaccinated around each other, which is now, enhancing the spread of the new variant, as they call it. So I don't think it's personally for you as the renter. I think it's really more for, hey, how do we stop the spread of COVID? New Year's Eve, Halloween, Labor Day, 4th of July. We're in a major city.
I think you are being more generous, and I think you are being me right now because look, I'm looking at it selfishly and wouldn't want folks up in my space tearing it up. I think the owners are using COVID as the justified reason or excuse, right? Oh, yeah, it's COVID. Everybody, the whole world is under pandemic lockdown. I can't have y'all coming up in here tearing up my spot. Now, again, if I was the owner, I'm down with this because it puts some limitations and puts some more framework around who can come in here and what you can do. But if you're just gonna come in here and stay at my place and enjoy the surroundings and all that, fine. I have no problem with that. But don't come up in here trying to shoot a music video, swinging off the chandeliers and all of that. I think that's really what it is. COVID just happens to be very convenient. That's what the world is going down through. So
we can't have no Diddy white parties.
You can't have no Diddy white parties. Man. You can't have no Jamie Foxx parties coming through and things like that. You just can't do it, man.
All right. So the people that are watching right now, if you had an Airbnb, do you agree with Airbnb or do you not agree with Airbnb? Put your thoughts in the comments. Let's see what they say. And my man saying he agrees with Airbnb.
Yeah. I love Steve Worthy's avatar there too, man. Hey, shouts out to brother Steve Worthy. I was just on his stream the other day. Good man for sure.
Like I said, I get it. I don't see nothing wrong with throwing a party, but I want to make sure that everyone is safe and protected, if that makes sense.
Lisa Marie Huggins talking about, look, there's some stuff that just can't be clean, right?
Well,
man, you can't just. Not everything can get Febrezed.
Now, keep in mind, this is not for someone that's, over 25 or, someone that's in their 40s. This is more for the young adults who, just choose to rent out a house, if that makes sense. So this is more for the teenagers that are saying, hey, I just graduated from high school, and I'm getting ready to go off to college. This is more for the 18 to 21 or 18 to 23-year-olds that are, saying, hey, we're going to do a frat party for Halloween. This is really more for them, not for you as the professional, as James, that's like, hey, I want to bring my family down and I want to rent out the unit and I'm going to, have a small gathering or something like that. They're just trying to prevent the spread of COVID, as they say. James says they're trying to tear up your stuff.
I think they're trying to tear up my stuff, but I digress. I'm leaving it to the comments. The comments are agreeing with me. Again, I agree. They tearing up my stuff. Some of this stuff can't be clean.
But think about it. Hold up. Think about it. What are you putting in an Airbnb? You're putting in a couch. You're putting in.
No, these are fully. This is look. I pull up the spot that we stayed at. This is full on. This is baller place that we kind of stayed at. It's everything. Depending on the location that you go to as well. So let me stop because I was going to go on a rant, but let me let you go ahead and finish where you were going.
No, I'm just saying, what are they putting into these houses? They're giving you a flat screen TV. They're giving you a couch. I mean, they're giving you the basic amenities. I mean, and you're getting a view of the city. Yeah. That's what you're getting. So it's not like you're putting in your framed football jersey saying that, I got the Herschel Walker or I got the Barry Sanders jersey or I got the Kobe Bryant. They're not tearing that up. I mean, it's not like they're tearing up your prize pot that, that your granddaughter gave you when you were a kid. They're not doing that. So I'm just, that's just my thought process on that.
I hear you. We stretch this out as long as we can go. 10 minutes may be a little bit too long, but the comments were fantastic. And I think I'll say it's split 50-50. But
okay.
But 90-10 people are saying we don't want my stuff taken to be.
But my thing is this. I mean, you got to have a positive review anyway. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
you're going to rent out.
That's true.
I mean, you have to have positive reviews. So, I mean, I read the reviews. So I'm not going to book your place for me as a renter. I'm not going to book your place unless I see positive reviews. And I think it's just as equally fair for them as the rentee or the person that, is renting out their place. They're going to read your comments as well. So if you don't have a list of that, why would I open that up? Especially when I know it's Halloween. I mean, unless I'm desperately in need of the money. And then, Airbnb says, nah, we're going to scrap that.
I'm trying to be like Morgan Freeman, get off my lawn and hit the spot is right. But she's off by 11 years. I'm 51 up in here. You said you acting like a 40-year-old man. I'm 51. I'm the new Morgan Freeman. Get off my lawn, kids. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. Airbnb says no to the youngins.
No to the youngins. Folks, hopefully you're enjoying the show again. Enlighten, entertain, and educate. We want to give a call to action to you as well. As you know, we're working on really building and focusing on the lab and all of its individual properties. So you have the call to action now. Follow us on social. Everything is The Lab Tech Show. Website there, thelabtechshow.live. That actually right now redirects to our YouTube page. So take this 30 seconds, go ahead and check that out. Make sure you're following us, making sure you're subscribing. That would be fantastic because we are really trying to do our best to build the brand around the lab and all the activities that we're doing. So
You got that sexy voice.
well, you know, I got the big bottom turned on.
Can you play the beat by itself just real briefly? Just play the beat real briefly. We got a little bit of time. Go ahead, just play the beat.
Now you
now you can't get the beat.
I can get the beat.
See? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is James Hicks, and I would like you to follow us at the Lab Tech Show. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and you can also follow us on YouTube at the Lab Tech Show .live. That's how you sound, brother. I just want hit him with the deep voice. That's all I'm saying. You got the jazz beat. I mean, you know, nice little jazz beat, and hit him with that. I mean,
I hit him with it. We done confused Lisa Marie. Like, or maybe she just didn't. Maybe she didn't like when you did it.
Oh,
that's what it is. She didn't like when you did it. I'm gonna actually star that comment right there because I think there you go. See, you're trying to do just a little bit too much there, brother. A little bit too much.
Nah, I'm just saying that's just you. You was over there trying to hit him with the sexy voice. So you know, like James After Dark. You know, so it is what it is.
Watch, I was gonna say something. Let's go ahead on. Let's stay focused.
Come on, let's go ahead. Let's stay focused. Let's move on to the next one. We don't have no Android iPhone story, but we do have an Android story.
Oh my gosh! If there was a way that I could just go ahead. No,
you gonna let me do it? You don't want to do it? Okay, I'm
gonna let you do yours because this is what you do. Because
right,
for me.
We with Android, baby.
Go ahead,
all right, so this is what it is. Google is now making it easier to keep your vaccination card in handy by building support for digital vaccination cards into Android itself. So this is awesome. I mean, if you have your vaccination card, if you chose to get vaccinated, that's your personal preference. I don't care which way you went. Just stay away from me if you didn't, because I'm not trying to be in the hospital. But, I mean, I still rock with you on the phone. You know, we can FaceTime. But at the end of the day, you know, Google is basically saying that it has updated its Passes API to support a secure way to store COVID vaccination tests and vaccination cards on Android devices. Where you at, Apple? Come on, step up.
There we go.
Yeah, shots has been thrown. Go ahead, where that drop the bomb, the clues bomb for me. There you go. Basically, Google says developers at healthcare organizations and approved health authorities will now be able to access these APIs in order to create and distribute digital versions of COVID test results and vaccinations to patients, with the initial rollout beginning in the US, and then other countries will come along. Basically, you'll be able to store the digital COVID info on your Android devices, be able to access to them quickly using a shortcut on your home screen, even if you don't have an internet connection. The only major requirement is that your device is running Android 5 or later to be Play Protect certified. They even made a specific point to call out that users will not need to have Google Pay installed to access their COVID cards either. So, I mean, this is, basically you just pull up on your phone and you just show it digitally and say you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to, healthcare providers will be able to send out your digital COVID cards to patients directly via text or email, or host it themselves on a website, but any COVID related info will not be retained by Google, stored in the cloud or visible to third-party advertisers. COVID cards will only be stored locally on your phone only. And that does mean if you want to save your COVID card on multiple devices, you will now have to re-download it separately on each device. To ensure that it's secure, they have a lock screen that will be mandatory on devices storing a COVID card that at any time the card is accessed, the user will be required to enter their password, PIN, or biometric sign. I mean, come on, we stepping our game up. Come on.
Yeah. No, that's all good. I got nothing bad to say about that. I normally don't have anything bad. You're the one talking trash a lot of time. But look, Android has always been kind of, I think, ahead of the curve in terms of deploying some technologies. Apple just comes behind everyone and tries to make it better. Right. That's what they do. And this really makes sense right now. It's the perfect time, and it's the perfect scenario, because again, no one wants to carry around. Where's my coat? It's in my wallet, right? Now it's getting all tattered, right? My COVID card is all tattered, attached to my wallet. And if I could have a digital.
Well, I went out and laminated mine. So,
but see, you're not supposed to laminate it. There's
no,
actually...
they say you can. No, okay. You can. I specifically asked. Now, you cannot laminate your Social Security card, but you can laminate your COVID vaccination card. I asked 3 people at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, is it okay? I want to make sure, because I'm not taking another shot no time soon. So when they said that I'm good, you can laminate your card, but who wants to walk around with the crinkled card? So this is perfect, because like you said, you have it in your phone. The only way that you can have access to it is if you use your PIN, your fingerprint, or your lock code, or whatever that may be, and then you have access to it. You don't have to, be on Wi-Fi. You don't have to be in the Google Play Store. So for the ones who choose not to, participate in Google Play, you still have access to it. And then lastly, at the end of the day, the way I view it, it's nothing stored in the cloud, or Google has no control over this. The healthcare provider is sending this information to you. And so by them sending this information to you, I mean, that's what makes it more secure. So Google has no play in it other than just offering the service by using their websites or using the healthcare provider's services. No different from if you logged in and filled out your, banking information. Google doesn't store any of that either, unless, it goes through the bank. So that's my thoughts.
No, I completely agree with that. And I was going to show you mine. Mine has just seen better days in just the past couple of months. So hopefully Apple will get to a point where they allow us to have a digital copy of it as well. So
can I see that card one more time?
It's my Social Security card looks worse. My Social Security card has been through the wash machine many times in my 50 some years. So yeah, it's not looking good.
Okay. Well, yours is not as bad as some of the other ones that I've seen. So I understand.
I love it. So folks, get your shots. If you got your shots, if you're on Android, take advantage of this functionality when Android releases it, and hopefully Apple will be not too far behind.
Well, Apple's the type of person that say they'll have it on the Apple Watch and the phone to perfect it, whereas Android is saying, hey, we're just trying to make this available for all users. So I understand that the Apple, and this is no shot, but the Apple ecosystem is very selfish. They're very, they like what they like, and you guys are a tight-knit family. So, whereas Android, you have different brands, and basically it just makes more sense that, you have more people that are on Android than iPhone. Why not put that on there? So no shot at Apple. It's just you guys are a tight-knit family, and you guys want what you want. But like you said, Apple is always known to say, how do we perfect it, or how do we make it better? And whereas Android is saying, hey, we want to be able to get something out to you. So when you start taking your cruises, when you start going to your events, you go to your sporting events, you can just literally pull it up on your phone. If you can pull up a digital ticket, you should be able to pull up a digital vaccination card. So
we talked few weeks ago about the initiative to actually give folks digital ID cards as well, right? The digital driver's
For the
license and things like
driver's
that.
license, right?
So
Yeah, and it goes right in your phone.
this all just makes sense, right? So hopefully
Your
that'll
phone
all.
is your phone is going to be your lifeline. I mean, I only know about 5 numbers in my head. Um, but when I was growing up, you probably had 20 or 30 numbers that were stored in your phone. I only have about 5 now. So your phone is your lifeline. So within the next year or two, you're going to now be able to have your driver's license on your phone. You'll have your vaccination on your phone, and you can now have your tickets. You can have your outings or whatever it is. Everything is going to be done electronically and digitally. So, I mean, take care of that phone, and be happy with it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hopefully,
I wasn't so bad on you.
You weren't too bad. You weren't. That was pretty calm and pretty tame. Hit the spot. I see you were having. Hopefully your stream is good. I'm looking over here at analytics, and I'm looking at the upload. We are all green over here. So hopefully things on your side are well, because coming out of the building and going out to all the sites, we're good here. So I just wanted
Yeah,
to.
I got a error occurred. Please try again later. But then when I refresh, I'm good.
Okay.
But then when I come over here to what's this other one? Um, when I come to my page, I'm still good. But when I come to the Lab Tech Show page, it says an error occurred. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. So
Okay. We'll check it out. There's gremlins out there in the internet. Shalala Productions. Interesting choice of box set. See, I made his. This is a conscious move too, brother. I made his twice the size of mine. I made sure Tall Boy had all the real estate that he needed, so we can get all that SM7B, all that wall behind and everything. I wanted to make sure that he got his flowers while we were online here.
and the funny thing about it is the lab logo is not showing on the screen, believe it or not. So it's all good. I like it. I like it the way it is. I'm not complaining.
I know
like
you're not.
what you're doing.
I know you're not. See, I'm scrunched in here, but that's okay. But I just wanted to make sure that you had your spotlight.
All you need to know is that you create. That's all I know. You want to give a selfless plug to your website?
Shouts out to Press and Sew, partners with Hicks New Media for merchandise and for swag. This is part of the initial launch. We're actually working on phase 2, which is coming out probably on the 19th of this month. And we got some new designs and some new products coming out as well. So yeah, pressandsew.com/Hicks New Media. Done.
So they got to go to pressandsew.com or they go to pressandsew.com/Hicks New Media.
Correct. They work with a number of content creators though. So I saw Sammy Cool here in the audience. So he's got his site on there as well. He's got a partner store there as well. So if they go to just pressandsew.com, they'll see all of us. They'll see mine. They'll see his. They'll see a number of other content creators as well. So it really is turning into the leveled up Printify, the leveled up Teespring. I mean, because it's more than just an affiliate relationship. It's definitely a partnership that we've got with the team out there at Press and Sew. So definitely check them out. So
and they're African American owned, right?
Can't beat that, brother. Can't beat that. Black folks, we trying to do some things out there this year, right? We trying to do it.
Quality people out here doing some quality work. So It's not just the Lab Tech Show. It's not just Hicks New Media, but there's some solid people that are out here that took advantage of the pandemic, and they really just said, look, I can provide a service, I can provide some value to you, and why not take advantage of that rest time that we had and make it perfect. So yeah,
I love this comment, even though it has nothing to do with me. It's all about you. She's partial, so maybe I'll keep this design the way it is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate
it. And we got our man Robert out here who knows quality.
Right? Yeah. I made sure that the promo went out. Shall we say? I put the promo out. I said Wednesday, July 7th, and it's actually Wednesday, July 6th.
He
I
don't
had to
know.
take it
See,
down,
he don't know what
and
time
I
it
had to
is.
make sure that it was right. So thank you, Shalala Productions, for that great catch, because that's a lot. The bad thing about it is I tagged The Verge, I tagged
Oh
Kevin
my
O'Leary,
God.
I tagged all these celebrities that I know and said, "Hey, check out the show." And I said Wednesday, July 6th.
Damn,
So,
son, where'd you find this?
Yes.
man, let's go on back to the next topic, bro. I can't with you, bro.
I got a whole bank of new sound effects. I'm just waiting for the moment to drop them into. So
Understood.
it's all good.
Right.
It's all good. Last story for the day. Instagram. I've been talking about this for a minute. So it's actually good to see this story, and it also validates what we talked about during the after show last week when we had your partner Reese on, right? Because he's doing some big things. The head of Instagram is really saying it's no longer just a photo sharing app. There's so much more to Instagram. So folks, don't sleep on it. If you're on any social network, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchats, or whatever, I definitely implore you, if you're going to stay social, get active on Instagram, because it's becoming more than just that location for pushing content out of the pictures that you are of in your location and things like that. There's going to be more of a push toward. I'm not even reading the story because I know the story, and I'll let you read it. But it's going to be more of a push towards utilizing reels, more of a push towards utilizing the stories, and elongating the amount of time that you can actually post content, because right now I believe we're stuck at 60 seconds, so a minute, but they're actually going to be elongating that time. And for content creators that are active on the platform, there will be some monetization aspects as well. It's not listed directly in this post, but I know third person removed that is kind of the direction that Instagram is going. So really becoming, I want to say, almost like a Flickr / SmugMug / Google Photos. So all of those locations rolled into one that's more organic and dynamic, right? Because you think about it, before we went live, Tallboy, you did a Instagram live to people in your community, and in the 30 seconds that you did that, you garnered folks to come online and actually see you talking about something that was coming live. That's where Instagram is going. More dynamic content, more video, not just a static location for showing photos. So that being said, I'll go ahead and read just this highlight right here. Instagram is no longer a photo sharing site, according to Adam Mosseri. He's the head of Instagram. He came from Facebook. So the two companies, obviously, you guys know that Facebook owns Instagram. So they're tight at the hip. Mosseri said the company is looking to lean into entertainment and video after seeing the successes of competitors like TikTok and YouTube. They can't beat YouTube. Let's just go ahead and be real, right? YouTube is the truth. Yeah, I can hear you. What were you going to say?
No, you froze on me. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to say I don't think that they can beat YouTube, right? YouTube, again, is second biggest search engine on the planet, right? next to Google, and they're owned by the same company. But what they can do is overtake the Snapchats and the TikToks with more of a ecosystem that's connected, because again, you've got the billion plus people that are on Facebook, and you got the folks that are on Instagram. So that's really where Instagram is going to get their skin in the game and their meat in the game, by just having so many people already on the mother platform, that being Facebook, and being able to share content back and forth between those, and getting more into video as opposed to just photos. That's my take on that. So I'll let you go and read the story and give your 2.5 cents on it too, brother.
Basically, there's some changes in 4 key areas. One for creators, video, shopping, and messaging. And basically, there's a video that's on the screen. I don't know if we can play it or not and get a copyright violation or not, but basically, we talked about the experiments with the algorithms, additions inside the main feed, but the idea of basing them off of topics that users can select appears to be a new one for the platform. The app had full screen video experiences for a while for content posted on IGTV, Reels, and Stories, but they want to embrace video more broadly. The message side of it, that Instagram is sending, is clear. It no longer wants to be thought of as the Square photo sharing app, instead as a general entertainment app driven by algorithms and videos. So basically, they're just trying to compete with YouTube at the end of the day, when you think about it.
Yeah.
They haven't explained how they want to do it or how they have plans of rolling out the messaging side of it. But they want to, compete with TikTok. So, and Facebook. I think with the shopping, I mean, you got to think the pandemic, a lot of independent people who did not have brick and mortars, or, they really didn't have like, I don't know the word that I'm looking for, but they didn't have like shops that were, inside of the mall, or inside of a brick and mortar. They didn't have those, but they were able to sell on Instagram. You can sell your online courses, you can sell hats, you can sell t-shirts. So basically it was like, hey, buy my product, meet me at this party. Hey, I can offer you this service. Do you want to be better at public speaking, or whatever it may be? You were selling a service, and you were literally promoting that through Instagram. And people are buying your products and your services directly through Instagram, if that makes sense. So this is what they're trying to do. I mean, they're trying to compete with YouTube. The only thing about, and now with what is that new thing that just passed with the NCAA?
Yeah, so the NIL, right? Name, image, and likeness.
Right. So they're trying to get a piece of that pie as well. So I don't want to be remiss in not giving Isaac Hayes III his credit, because there's a great app out called Fanbase. And basically he had this model of what Instagram is now trying to do. The only problem is he's a Black-owned company, and he's trying to build a name for himself and trying to get people to come over to Fanbase. But Instagram is saying, hey, we're now going to shift our focus, whereas before it was just post your photos, post your videos. But then the pandemic hit, and then it's like, hey, you know what? We can really monetize over here. We can give brand deals out, because you got to think, companies are on Instagram, you're on Instagram, small business owners are on Instagram, creators are on Instagram. So why not? Whereas with YouTube, like you said, it's the second largest search engine, but more of the youth, that 13 to 25, 13 to 30 crowd is more on Instagram and TikTok as opposed to YouTube. But YouTube is known since 2009. You got to remember, Instagram came out in 2013, 2012 or 13, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So they only have, 8 or 9 years underneath their belt. Or excuse me, 10 or 11 years under their belt. Whereas, YouTube came out in 2009. So, I mean, they have they've made a name for themselves. So the pandemic has really opened it up for everybody.
So I agree with that part right there, right? The pandemic really changed the field for everyone who is going to be anyone as we come out of it. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, all those companies right there have the cachet and have the finances to weather this storm and to be able to pivot and to still retain all of their user base. This question that Shalala, that Robert has been asking, right? IGTV, emphasis on Reels. It really is going to be all of that, right? So it's going to be a focus on creating your own dynamic content and sharing it out to your audience, and not just on Instagram. So being able to share that content to your connected Facebook audiences as well. But again, it's not just the photos. So IGTV is, what is it? It's 30 seconds now, and then you have to click in to go to the full length. I can honestly believe that they're going to get more into like a live streaming type of scenario, to where you can actually go live on Instagram quickly. I don't want to start any rumors, because I don't know. This is just my hearsay. I would think that now the API is going to be getting closer to being open, to where we can go directly to Instagram and not having to use unauthorized third-party tools. And I won't mention the tools that some people are using, but I can see that being part of this incremental roadmap, right? That now we're always mobile anyway. We've got this device in our hand. We've got $1,000 4K camera, and for you Samsung folks, what is it, 6K at 60 frames per second? But you've got that device in your hand, and you got an Instagram account. You might as well go live video while you're out in remote and share that with your community. So that could be a huge aspect in terms of what's coming next. Someone was asking about, he was asking about Vine 2.0. Vine 2.0 was too short, right? It really didn't get a chance to go legs in my opinion, right? There was a handful of folks that turned creators and were able to monetize off of it. It was just too short lived. I wouldn't even compare it to Vine 2.0. I would think that this is completely something different, to be honest with you. I think this is where the community, the consumer, everyone has the ability to join in on this next evolution of Instagram. Not everyone wanted to download Vine. Not everyone wants to download Snapchat. Not everyone wants to download TikTok because when you think TikTok, you think about doing challenges, dance challenges, and things like that. You think about just one specific thing. In my mind, you think about Instagram, you really start thinking more about your community. Now, so Robert, I think not Vine 2.0, but Path. Path was a short-lived social media platform that allows you to have a finite number of followers. I honestly, I think it was like 50 people that were part of your path, and you shared video, audio, location, so GPS location, and photo information with them. I really think this is kind of that next evolution of what Path used to be, and it's a shame that platform is no longer available.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I think this is a good look for Instagram.
Definitely.
Because I mean, you have to be able to compete with YouTube. All you hear people say now is I want to be a YouTuber. So it's like, how do you compete with I want to be a YouTuber and you're on Instagram? So we create our live streaming show and we stream out on YouTube and we post our micro content on Instagram.
Exactly.
So it's how do we get, you're going to give us the platform to get video. We want our audience of my 3,000 followers, of your however many followers that you may have. How do we get these videos out to our audience to get them to drive back to YouTube? I think Instagram is trying to say, no, we want you to stay over here. And that's anybody's business model at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We want you to stay on our platform. So Facebook, they don't play nice with YouTube, so they want you to upload your native videos to Facebook and then they play it. But if you upload a YouTube video, it's just the link and then how many people want to click away.
Yep.
Instagram is saying, hey, upload your native content, but we want you to stay and we're going to find the next video that makes sense. When I create our promos, I try to keep them under a minute. I don't really want them to go to IGTV, but now it's like, hey, when I do this micro content and I find the snippet that I want, it may be 2 or 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
I've been testing whether or not people will stay on and watch, but then as I'm watching other videos, I see a 3 minute, I see a 4 minute, I see a 5 minute video and people are watching and it's like, hey, to find out more, go to website.com and you go if you're interested in their content. So take advantage of it. I mean, we're at the halfway mark now. It's July. This is the halfway mark. So July 4th is like the halfway point of the year. You get a reset. If you weren't doing what that you wanted to do at the top of the year, work from July to December and say, you know what, let me work on my Instagram game. Let me work on, my YouTube game. But I mean, for this story or for its purposes, they're basically saying, if you're selling something, if you're a creator, post, so.
Yeah. Share that content. And some folks have this capability right here already. So Instagram on the webpage is already, is that right? Okay. So allowing folks to actually upload content directly from the website as opposed to just from mobile. So again, there it is again, right? So branching out, allowing people to be more elaborate with their content creation. So you think about that. You're a professional content creator as you are. You've got photos that you've taken on your camera or your mobile phone or whatever. You put them through post-processing, tighten them up, pretty them up. I mean, made them look spectacular, right? Magazine worthy. From your desktop, you can publish those to your Instagram feed. Start tagging businesses, start tagging celebrities, start tagging other influencers, things like that. You've got not just, yeah, we can take some great photos right out of the phone, but now you've got the ability to actually easily upload high quality copies and renditions of the content that you're creating. That's the stuff that's going to draw the sponsorships. That's the stuff that's going to draw the folks to actually look at your content and say, Tallboy's got some good stuff, because look at the quality of the images and the videos and the things that he's putting out there. It doesn't have to just be the quick, or it doesn't just have to be the random rambling for 30, 45 seconds. It can actually be something that's really succinct, really focused on a particular brand. Say we're working with J5 Create or something, right? And we're doing another IG live session with them. Man, we can cut that up and post shouts out to J5 Create, right? We could do something with them and actually have segments that we cut up and send out to them. Our team out at Fledging, right? We can actually start doing some more things with them. He's going to show some more gear. Oh my gosh. Take the plastic off of it, man. At least take the plastic.
I love my plastics. Oh my God. But no, I mean, what you're saying is, for the ones who do not know what James is talking about, last week, this was supposed to be one of our stories. Instagram now said you can upload from your desktop. So now you have the phone that you can upload your Instagram content to, and you can also upload from your desktop. It just rolled out last week. So if you don't have it, it's coming soon, but I'm now able to do it.
Nice.
I wasn't able to do it from the Lab Tech Show, but I was able to do it from Instagram page, but I was able to do it from the I Am Tallboy Instagram page. So I mean, everybody has their own rollout, shall we say.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works. So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Instagram is just saying, hey, we're trying to compete with YouTube. My personal opinion, stay with YouTube. You know, but
don't sleep on YouTube. Don't.
Yeah, stay with YouTube.
Keep YouTube in your toolbox. Yeah, keep that in your toolbox, folks.
But I mean, I think this is great for your micro content, because you got to think. I don't know how many people watch the news, and I know we're trying to stay within the hour, so I'm gonna make this real brief.
We're good.
I don't know how many people watch the news, but I don't watch the news. I get all my content from Instagram the first 15 minutes from when I wake up. Then I switch over to Facebook, and everything that's going on, whether it's Sha'Carri Richardson or whether it's Donald Trump or it's the guy that said, I live over at 3502 Gramercy Way up in New Jersey, and he got ousted out of his own place because people were like, hey, we came to see you. I figured all that out, and I didn't even know what was going on the news until later on that day, but I was able to get all of that content right there on Instagram and Facebook, shall we say. So that's my news. YouTube is like, hey, I want to learn how to do something. I created something. You do it yourself, or your educational side of it. Like, this is an educational piece. So we give you micro content on Instagram, but we're giving you the full show here. So that's just my thought process.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a good thought process, brother. Well, folks, there we go. The lab, talking
Did
tech.
it under an hour.
We did it under an hour. I won't ramble too much. I only went on a very short rant, but that's all right. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. Again, we're reaching out. We're always trying to level up. We test each other. Tallboy and I talk for hours behind the scenes, just making sure that, hey, are your overlays right? Are your graphics right? Is your light, all that stuff, because we pushing each other to be professionals. We're pushing each other to make sure that we have a quality piece of content and a deliverable to you, the audience. We don't matter. It's as long as you keep coming back, as long as you like what we're doing and the difference that we're doing based on other properties that are out there, because no one actually will break it down and talk. I haven't seen anyone else that breaks it down and talks more at the consumer perspective about technology and how this matters to you from a day-to-day perspective. Everyone else is always talking pie in the sky stuff and more abstract things. We're saying this is what matters to you. This is why you should be focusing on Instagram, right? I don't think any other outlet is going to go into 15 minutes of why IG matters as opposed to these other social platforms. So give us feedback, give us criticism. We got thick skins.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Gosh, dog.
Yeah, tell a friend.
I
mean, I know the women that are watching. I know you got 5 girlfriends that y'all talk to during the week. All the fellas, I mean, come on, man. You're going to buy the iPhone. You're going to buy the Samsung SE or the S12. Come on. Tell a friend to come on over here. We're giving you value. So if you want value, you want to learn, meet us over at the Lab Tech Show. That's all I got to say.
Look at Robert here talking about we match. What is this? Some reason thinking the theme of ET being Entertainment Tonight is coming next to Match Over. No, they're gonna have to bite us. We do our own thing, man. We not worried about ET, man. But we appreciate the thought though. We see you, Miss Wadley. Great show yesterday, Priscilla Wadley. Tuesday, old school Tuesday turn up. Folks, she had Brother Lenny Williams on there last night. Oh my goodness. You need to follow. Priscilla, put your link in the comments, please, so folks can check out that show that you had last night. That was fantastic. You are doing your thing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Good Lord, keep doing it, because you bringing some champions when you doing it, and you got this old bald headed man next to me doing the production, so it's a good show for sure.
Yeah, well,
Boy, take your flowers. Why? See, that's why I don't like dealing with you.
Hey, look, I'm about to go into birthday mode, so I'm just letting you just do all the talking, brother. Just let you do all the talking. All Cash App is at $ Tallboy Enterprises, and all gifts. Oh yeah, Cash App Tallboy Enterprises, or that's $ Tallboy Enterprises, or you can send it. If you want to send something that I can touch and feel, that's post office box. Can I give it out? Nah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. It's a post office box. But we got to go, man. It's an hour. We did our time.
Appreciate you, man. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll send you some crab legs for your birthday. We out.
I get crab.